Hello everyone, today is Tuesday, January 29th. It's 4:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about 40 minutes after the regular session close. You can see the post-session trading going off in the time it sales at 4:39 with the E-mini S&P trading at 2644 approximately. A pretty decent day for the auto trader. First up is the DAX and the Super Renko 14. This made its first equity high of about $1,700. So once again, the discussion of daily goals comes in here. With a lower goal, you have less trades and less trading. With a higher goal, then more trades might be required to hit your goals. In this case, we made an equity high of 1,700, which is very good. And then we gave it all back and actually drew down about 800 or so here, which is 400 a contract. So once again, considering your loss limits and how much room you need to give the market to move is something you will only learn by observing the chart you're trading, because these things are going to be different in different time frames. Obviously, it's going to look different on a 5-tick Renko chart versus a 14-tick Renko chart. So this is why being a keen observer and observing why the auto trader does certain things and not others, and then understanding that can enable you to make adjustments to fine-tune and increase your performance and win percentages and things like that. Anyway, this did 2100. This is the DAX with the higher daily goal of 3550. So it didn't hit its goal, but came a good ways in spite of that. Okay, next up is the DAX and the Super Renko 14 tick with a $2,000 goal. And as I was saying, with a lower goal, you will have less tradings, and indeed that was the case here. So the settings are slightly different. I have a little bit tighter stops and lower profit targets than the higher daily goal set up for the Super Renko 14 on the DAX. Anyway, this one hit its goal and had a little bit of slippage at the end. Okay, the NASDAQ on a 1597 Heikin-Ashi chart started off with 3 winners in a row, and those 3 winners only drew down about $500 or $250 per contract. And then it came back with this really nice looking short trade and finished at 1382 for the day. The goal on this is 1550, so just shy of its goal. It's a limit order with an 8-tick pullback. Okay, next up is the E-mini S&P on a Super Renko 6-tick, and this has a goal of 1350. And you can see here it's only trading 2 contracts, and this hit its goal and probably had a little bit of slippage. There were no losers on this chart. You can see that in the equity curve here. So very nicely done on this particular Super Renko 6. Here is the template name here. Okay, the E-mini S&P on just a regular 5 Renko chart has been a really solid performer for the auto trader. This one is using a higher time frame filter of Super Renko 8 and a goal of 1,000. Trading 2 contracts, as you can see here, and so this hit its goal and had no drawdown and no losing trades. Okay, the E-mini S&P on a Super Renko 4 tick with a limit order and a 2-tick pullback has a goal of 1,000, and this hit its goal today on 2 contracts with no slippage. You can see the trades here. No negative drawdown, just kind of went sideways for a little while here. And I guess the thing about this one is it starts trading at the London session. Okay, I tracked 2 charts on the regular E-mini S&P 5 Renko, and this one only has an $800 goal and a $750 loss limit, and it's slightly different settings in the money management and perhaps the sensitivity. The higher time frame filter on this one is 6 instead of 8. And this one also hit its goal, although it had a loser here, and you can see that it drew down just a little bit over $200 or $100 per contract. Okay, a very modest gain on the NASDAQ 5-minute chart. Obviously, we did not get filled on our limit fill here. You can see here the close of the bar is 67.1150, and our limit fill is a 4-tick pullback, and the high of this bar is 67.1250, which is actually 4 ticks, but this demonstrates that just because we touch the price, we don't get filled. This is a really good example of this. I want to kind of show this a little bigger here. So here's the close of the bar, and then obviously this came up and we didn't get filled. Otherwise we would have had another stellar short trade on this downswing, which was similar to yesterday. So instead we got filled on this short and just had a modest gain, exiting at the close of $300. Okay, a mixed bag on the Superenco 4-tick, and this is a higher time frame of 60-minute. And so looks like the max drawdown was less than $300 or $150 per contract, but it gradually fought its way back and finished at 537 for the day, which isn't too shabby. And then finally, the NASDAQ on a 987 Heikin-Ashi chart had a moderate amount of trades today, making an equity high of about 1100 here, and then drawing all the way down to 0 and then finishing at 430. So once again, a lower goal, conservative goal of 1,000 would have been hit here, and a whole lot less trades. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching.